All right, you guys, so I'm gonna get started, and then in a few minutes, I'm just gonna have to slice up some pizza. So don't mind me. I'm so glad you guys are on. This makes me so excited. I wanna always, first of all, shout out some of you guys who are just crushing your business goals already. So Candace, I always shout you out. You're at Success Club 6, and you're at over 500 volume. So good job, good job. Larissa, you're at 6 Club 4. And your volume is 608, so that's good. And then Stacy, you're on here. You just got 2 Success Club points today. So I'm so proud of you. I wanted to give you a special shout out for that. So, so today, you guys, I want to talk about onboarding, making sure, you know, we all know, we should know how to actually sign our people up through BB links, through Share a Cart. I can go over that a little bit more in detail today, but it's like we sign our customers up and our coaches, but then it's like, now what do we do with them? You know, because it's just kind of hard sometimes to be like, we get so excited that they've signed up and they're taking a step forward in their health. But now, you know, we just have to have a good system to make them feel like it's a smooth transition from signing up to getting into our challenge group to like the flow of the training if you're onboarding coaches and stuff like that. So I want to go over this a little bit today, and hopefully you guys will feel like you have a better handle on how to successfully get your people started off right to be successful in their goals. So in saying all that, I actually created a little PowerPoint for tonight. I'm so proud of myself because I don't ever do stuff like that because I'm just kind of a hot mess, and I usually am unorganized and unprepared, and I'm not like a rock star teacher like Miss Juliet on here, or Ms. Larissa, or anybody else that's like administrative, organized teacher brain. So this makes me excited because I did write some things down. So if you see something tonight on the PowerPoint, feel free to screenshot it. I can also share our PowerPoint in our message thread afterwards, so you can have everything that I've created for you as well, because I did put some scripts on there that could help you with your business and your conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then after I kind of talk a little bit about this, we'll go over some questions as well at the end. So if anything comes up, feel free to put it in the chat box or jot it down and ask your question at the end. But let me just, I'm going to mute everybody just so there's not any distraction. And then I'm going to share my screen. So just give me a second. And I always say, don't judge all my tabs that are open. Okay? Okay, here we go. So I am going to just move you guys over. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to talk briefly about this. Onboarding like a champ. That's what I've called it tonight. So I want you to get you started, you guys. Like I said, making sure this all makes sense. Before I go into this, I am going to quickly take 30 seconds and check my pizza. Make sure it's not on fire, and I'll probably just take it out and get ready for the kids. So hang tight. You can read over this if you want, but hold on. Ready? Okay. This is going to be a little hot, so if you guys want to wait to have it cool off, that's fine. What? It's going to be a little hot, so if you want to wait for it to cool off, that's okay. Okay. I want you guys to sit at the table, okay? Okay. All right, hold on, guys. This is so funny. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go in my room. I want you to just watch a movie and eat your pizza. Okay? If you need anything, let me know. Okay, now I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm not distracted. Thanks you guys for being flexible with my time frame. 6 p.m. is always dinner time. Okay. Okay, my bed is way more comfy anyway, so. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna get started. I hope you guys are still with me. All right, here we go. So I wanna go ahead and first of all say that if you have anything that comes up in, like, say, our team page or Upgraded Alliance or anything I send through our message thread, anything, do you see right here where it says Evernote? I use that app to save everything. It's basically like a notepad that you have on your iPhone, but you can access it through any device. Your laptop, it connects through everything. So I highly recommend downloading Evernote. So like say I have a really good script that I've been using, I will just add that into my Evernote under scripts so everything stays organized. Because sometimes a lot gets thrown at us as coaches, new coaches, and we are like, oh shoot, where did I put that one template, or where did I put that one link or that one training video? Because there's a lot, there's so much at your fingertips. So if you kind of, download that app and just save everything in there under categories, it helps you stay organized. So that's my organizational tip for you. Other than that, I am going to, there we go. Okay, so here we go, you guys. So Evernote. So this is kind of a conversation flow as far as challenge groups go. Now I decided to kind of go over these conversations with you because I think it's just a key in getting people signed up and onboarded and ready to go. So that way they know what to do. So if somebody is interested in your challenge group, maybe they have seen your one of your challenge group posts and they say interested, or they message you. This is a good example of something that I would say if that happened. So I would say something like, hey girl, I see you're interested in learning more about my challenge group. How exciting. I would love to give you all the deets. What are some of your health and fitness goals? What do you struggle with the most that you want to change? If I were a fly on the wall of your kitchen, what would your nutrition look like? So it's really, really crucial, you guys, that if anybody is interested and they want more information, to first ask about their goals. Now this might seem, if you've been a coach for a while, you're like, duh, Jenna, I already know all this. But I want to make sure that for the newer coaches that this makes sense. It's driving me crazy because I can't like move this thing over, but I want to be able to see your faces. So I'm trying to like think of how to do that. Anyways, okay, and so after you've kind of messaged them that you asked about their goals, they'll tell you your goals, and then what you do is you go into explaining what a challenge package is and how you join your challenge group and why they should join your challenge group, why you're awesome, why this group is meant for everybody. So after you've explained what is included in a challenge group, you explain why they would benefit according to their goals. I usually voice memo this, you guys, because I'm a huge believer in voice memo on Facebook Messenger because it's a really great tool to connect with people better so they hear your enthusiasm in your voice. They hear you as a person rather than just reading text. So I recommend getting used to voice memo. It took me a little while to do that because I was scared out of my mind to use voice memo. But I highly recommend because it's just a really great way to connect with people. So that's step number 2. You tell them what's involved after you have gotten their goals. And when you tell them what's involved, you kind of explain things that's involved in a challenge package, and then you reiterate their goals. So maybe I've just explained, everything that they get in a challenge package. And then I would say something like, what this means for you is that you will lose that 10 pounds that you want to lose by this date. You will be able to have more time for yourself because, you'll have more energy doing these workouts. You will be able to fit these in your schedule because, so-and-so, they're short, everything's planned out. You don't have to drive to the gym. Whatever their goals might be or struggles might be, then you kind of reiterate their goals so they can see that they need this. So that's a really crucial part of what you kind of talk about when you're talking with people after explaining what's involved in your challenge package. Okay, and then the flow will go into price. Usually after you explain everything, then they will ask, well, how much is it? This sounds awesome. How much is it? And then something I would say would be, so for everything I mentioned, hundreds of fitness programs, meal plans, I always reiterate what I said in my voice memo so they can actually see it as well, because sometimes they just forget what I've said. So I reiterate here, or I will voice memo the price as well. It just depends on what I'm doing at that time. I reiterate everything that they get, and then I explain that it's $160 to get started, and the only monthly investment that you have is your Shakeology if you decide to continue and are as obsessed as I am. I always use LOL. I always use emojis. That's what gets people excited. And then I always end with, does that make sense? Ask me some questions, because I want to make sure that what I'm saying to them makes sense to them, make sure they don't have any more questions. At that time, the flow should go into sign me up. In a perfect world, they would just be like, sign me up, I'm ready, take me, Jenna, or whatever. Sometimes they'll be like, well, I have to ask my husband, or well, I don't know, or well, and that's fine. Make sure then you follow up with them. But in a perfect world, they would say, sign me up. And then I would get excited with them. I would say something like, awesome, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All I need is your email address and what Shakeology flavor you'd like to try first. I highly recommend vegan chocolate because it's the best. Oh, and another question, last one, I promise. Almost all of my clients are signed up as a preferred customer to receive 25% off all future orders per month, and it's free to sign up and cancelable at any time. Would you be interested in saving some cash? Let me know and I'll get that email sent right over to you. So I'm also including making sure that I ask them if they're interested in becoming a discount coach, interested in saving money per month in that way. So that's kind of how my flow goes when I'm talking to people. So I hope that kind of helps. So, you know, they sign up, they say, oh yeah, maybe I don't want to be a discount coach right now, but maybe down the road, that's fine too. As long as you ask so they know that it's an option. Okay, so they want to sign up, and this is how the flow should go. I always use share a cart. If you don't know what that is, then you will learn about it in our training, or you can ask me how to use it and I will tell you. And I won't go into that right now because it's kind of a different subject right now. This is where you're going to plug in their email address and choose their sign up package. I like share a cart because you can do everything for them. You can pick out what package they need. You can choose their shake flavor. If they wanted to add on the 3-day refresh or snack bars or energize, recover, you can do that for them so they're not confused on how to do that themselves. So I always use share a cart for that reason. And boom, they're signed up. They've signed up. Okay, now what, right, you guys? This is where I want to get into, and it's really simple, and this is what I do. I always say, you know, I will explain to you what I do and what works for me, but if you find another system that works for you, that's totally fine. You can copy what I do for now, and then if you find something later down the road that works better, then change it up. There's no perfect system. There's no perfect way to do this that every single coach out there does. It's all about finding your flow and your jam and your vibe about getting your people signed up. So the first thing you want to do is add them to our challenge group, right? If you are a coach on my team, then you run my challenge groups with me until you feel comfortable running your own. And that's whenever you feel comfortable. So if you don't know what to do or where to add them or what our challenge group is, then you need to plug into our challenge group better and be a better participant so you know how to add or what's going on in our challenge group. But you want to add them to our challenge group, and then you want to send them a new challenger email. So this is what I do and what I've put together. And if you have been if you're a coach, you've gotten this email. And what I can also do is I will send you guys my new challenger email template. So you guys can actually use it. You can duplicate it. You can start sending it out to your specific challengers. And feel free to change it up. You know, I've added a video in there that it's me talking about stuff. You can take those out. You can do your own. So feel free to just duplicate it or feel free to make it your own. But make sure it says that you're the coach and that you're the leader. Make sure it doesn't say my name on there or anything like that. And then I go back into their messenger and I explain that I have done these things. I say, hey girl, I'm so excited that you are ready to take on your health and fitness. What I've done is I actually just sent you an email invite to our challenge group through the My Challenge Tracker app, and it's an exclusive app that you download on your phone. And then I've also sent you a new challenger email that's a very basic email link that welcomes you to our challenge group. Immediately, they'll feel plugged in and involved and supported by sending them those things, and just for you to follow up with your conversation and telling them what you've already done. And then I go into the first thing you want to do is you want to get started with your Beachbody On Demand. You have access to it immediately. I want you to navigate in there. I want you to choose a program, or maybe, you've already talked about starting the 21-day fix or something. Just say, click on the 21-day fix program, get to know your meal plan and your program materials, download your workout calendar, know exactly where you're going to start, when you're going to start, and let's stay connected. And always remind them, you guys, that you're here to help. You are their coach, and that's the biggest thing that they need to know when they join your challenge group. They need to know that they're supported and that they can come to you whenever they need to. So I hope that kind of helps as far as onboarding a challenger. It's very, very simple. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. But you want to make sure it flows well, so they're not confused on where to go for their challenge group and where do they sign in for accountability and who's their coach and what do I do. You want to make sure it's very clear. So over communication is really, really important. Okay, I want to go right into coaching now. Like I said before, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. I'll get to them after we're done here. So keep that in mind. Okay, so coaching, and this is a perfect world again, you guys. So I just said, step one, they're interested in coaching. Maybe you, again, posted a post on your social media. Maybe you did a sneak peek. Maybe they joined your sneak peek or whatever. Somehow that they might be interested in coaching. This is the first thing I always say if I have somebody who might be interested in coaching. Hey, I noticed your comment on my post or whatever about what I do. Is coaching something you've always been interested in learning more about? I'll just ask them, do you want to learn more? I'm not going to go message them and give them all the details about coaching and all my whole life story and why coaching is awesome and why they would benefit from it. I just want to keep it simple and ask a question. And then hopefully they'll say, yes, I've always wanted to be a coach, or I've always wanted to learn more. This is awesome, right? So this is what I would say. Awesome. I would love to share everything. Are there any specific questions you have for me right now? What excites you the most about this opportunity? Again, I just am asking them questions. I am not going into my in-depth explanation of what a coach is. I want to know what their questions are first, because there are so many aspects of coaching that I could go into that would just cause me to word vomit and probably cause them to be like, oh my goodness, this is way too much and way overwhelming. So ask them questions. Third step, like I said, let it flow and try not to word vomit, right? It's really easy to get excited about coaching because we are excited about coaching. It's really such a great opportunity. We want everybody and their mother to join us. But it's also easy to over-explain and over-share, and sometimes that's a turnoff for people. So just fill out the conversation and make sure it flows right. If they are asking you questions, just answer their questions. Be excited about what they're excited about. Talk about the things that coaching has done for you personally. Maybe it's small things like you love the community and you love that you have access to all these programs and you get to connect with people with the programs. Maybe it's just being able to have that extra stream of income to get that Manny and Betty per month. Maybe you're a brand new coach and you haven't earned anything. That's okay. Pick out the things that you're already excited about with coaching, whether they've happened or not. Act like you've been coaching for 10 years. It doesn't matter. You are the leader. You're the coach. You know that this is a great opportunity and you want people to be excited about it. Okay, so I hope that helps. And then it should kind of go into, they want to do this. They're excited to join your team. You've kind of just explained things that make sense to them. So then I would say something like, I'm so excited. The first thing you're going to do is get signed up with all the tools you need for your health and fitness so you can start sharing and inspiring others. Again, just answer their questions, explain a challenge pack, the coaching fee. There's going to be a lot of conversation that leads up to this. And then obviously share a cart, sign them up when they're ready to go. Now, onboarding them. This is how you will plug them in. First of all, add them to our challenge group. The most important thing as coaches is is our own health and fitness, is our accountability, is knowing where we're going to plug our challengers in when we actually sign them up. So add them to our challenge group. And tell them that you're going to do all these things. I'm going to add you to my challenge group. I'm going to send you a new coach welcome email. I'm going to add you to a few message threads that are really going to be there to support you. I'm going to add you to some team pages. And I'm going to also just keep in contact with you about our new coach training that's going to be starting soon. That's something that I would say. Super chill, but I believe, for me personally, when I first started as a coach and got signed up, the best thing in the world was being plugged into all these different things and the message threads that I felt I wasn't by myself in this. I had all the support and the team pages and being celebrated and all these ladies that were all around me. That was the best thing for me as a coach. So I like to do that with my new coaches, is just surround them with support and encouragement in a community that is super welcoming. So like I said, add to the challenge group, send them a new coach welcome email that I'll also send the link in our chat just a second so you can look at that. Add them to the message threads, Empowered Alliance, which you are all a part of, and then Elevated Alliance, which is me and Javen Tillery's coaches as well. It's just a bigger message thread and stuff like that. And then you want to add them to our team pages that you guys are all a part of. Empowered Alliance, which is our team page that's just kind of getting started, so there's not a whole lot of resources in there, but it's slowly building. Upgraded Alliance is just a really great page to be a part of because it's our grandmother team. It has a lot of good resources and trainings. And then obviously Dynasty United, which is our great grandma page, if you didn't know. And then explain that our new coach training will be run through a message thread like we're currently doing, that they will be added to the second Monday of every month until further notice if I change that. Yeah. Okay, go lay down. He'll be home in a second, okay? Okay, love you. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's basic, you guys. That's really just simple onboarding. And that just helps them feel welcome. It helps give them a plan of action to start doing. Obviously making sure that they just have a good system to, so they know what program they're doing, what workout program, make sure they communicate that with you and stuff like that. And then, like I said, you just want to celebrate them. Once they're approved in all the team pages and they filled out the new coach profile that's in the email that I will actually share the link to you guys, that all of you guys, you all filled out the new coach profile. After they've done those things, you want to create a graphic announcing them as a new coach on your team and then post that in the team pages so we can all celebrate. Explain a little bit about their background, why you're excited for them to join your team. If you want to, just make them feel super supported and welcome because we're all a family and, we want them to just feel plugged in and feel welcomed and feel a part of this whole big team. If you don't know how to create a graphic as far as announcing a new coach and stuff like that, I use Canva to create almost all of my graphics. So that's a really, really great tool to use to create really cool graphics like that. And like I said, you have to find your system, you guys. If this system doesn't work well for you, or if you're kind of just like, I don't know, and you find something better, then that's totally fine. This is what works for me, and this is what I've been doing for a while. You can duplicate it, you can change it up to make it more you, and ultimately just do what works best for you and your people. Like I said in the very, very beginning. Obviously, in like my new coach email and stuff like that, I have a video of myself explaining things, so you could just, copy whatever I say, but then just go and create your own welcome video and then put that in there so it's you and your face as their coach. Okay, you guys, just last few things. Our job, we're just professional encouragers, you guys. We're pro empathizers. So we show empathy. We cheer people on. We're the best cheerleaders. We support our challengers and our coaches in whatever they need. We don't know the answer to everything, and that's okay. So don't think that you have to be someone that just knows everything about coaching or knows everything about being a leader or anything like that. Like literally everybody starts out as a new coach. Everybody starts out knowing nothing. And then we just kind of fail forward as we go. And if you don't try things, you're not going to learn. So that's what I would say. You just have to keep doing the things, trying the things, figure out what works for you, figure out your flow. And I'm obviously here to just provide tools and things that I do that helps me that you can duplicate. So I always say, if you don't know something or have trouble with a conversation, please ask me or your upline and post in our threads. That's how we learn. So if you're stuck on a conversation, you're stuck on onboarding a coach or getting a challenger to like sign up or anything, or saying the right things, because there's no right or wrong things to say. But just that flow. Sometimes, you know, we get caught up on explaining too much or saying like something that might not be accurate, but you don't know. Screenshot that message and send it into our threads so we can really be there to help you out. Okay. Okay. So I hope that all made sense, you guys. I hope that helped a little bit too. Just to kind of get your flow going and making sure that we're onboarding correctly. Really quick too, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this in our chat box. So this is gonna be, and you can just copy and paste this link and save it in your Evernote or wherever you save things. I'm just gonna share my new challenger email. Link. So there's that, and then I'm also going to share my new new coach welcome email as well that you've all received, but I have changed it up since some of you have become coaches. Let's see. Here it is. So this way you get a little template. You kind of know how you can recreate it on your own. You can use it and just change out, sorry guys, it's taking longer than I thought. There we go. Okay, link copy. I got you. So you guys, I'm sending you this, but make sure, like I have a Google form in my new coach email that's a new coach profile that you don't want to use for your coaches, because that's for my coaches. And if you send that to somebody, I will get that. You will not get the information. So just make sure you change those types of things out. Okay, so there's that. Okay, you guys, do you have any questions? Anything that came up that you want to ask about, or anything that was confusing? You can unmute yourself, or you can just put it in the chat. Nothing? Juliet, I know you have something to say. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, I have a special announcement too before I hop off of here, if you guys don't have any other questions. But Larissa, can I share the big news? Oh, wait. Oh, I can't even unmute you. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, Larissa actually just quit her teaching job as of yesterday and is going to coach full-time and be a stay-at-home mom. So that is so exciting. Like that just like makes my little heart just explode, because that is just a mama's dream. It's a mama's dream to be able to earn income from home and be home with your kids and not send them to get daycare, and really focus on yourself and what you're passionate about. So it's so amazing. And yes, Emily, I recorded this whole thing, so you can rewatch it. I will be posting the link probably tomorrow in our message thread. I will also share those slides if you want, and that way you just have the information if you want them. But other than that, I think that's all. And if we don't have any other questions, I guess that's it. So I'm going to hop off of here, you guys. If you need anything, you know that I'm here to help you. And have a good Friday night. I kept this under 45 minutes, and I'm so proud of myself. Hey, Larissa.
Thank you, Jenna.
You're welcome.
My computer froze.
Was I frozen?
My computer, I don't know if it's my internet or what, but it just stops working all the time, and it's like I have no, like, the audio still goes, there's no video, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I was gonna try and like write like I'm frozen or something, but I don't even know if that would have worked. So I'm like, it just disappeared, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I just X'd out of everything. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm back.
That's hilarious. I know I saw your face frozen, so I thought, well, her internet's probably whacked out, but.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the internet or computer, if it's something just needs to be done because this is so frustrating.
Oh my gosh. Internet issues are like my nemesis. The worst. I'll tell you a story. One time I was on, I got asked to speak on Brittany Leggett's team call like a few months ago, and my internet was not working. And there was like, I don't know, 200, 300 coaches on this call, and I was like so embarrassed. So I get internet issues, and they suck, and that's just life as a virtual coach.
Did all my workouts the past few days, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going, and hopefully the timer goes quick.
Oh my gosh.
It's so frustrating.
So frustrating. That sucks. Well, I'm super happy for you, Larissa.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of everybody. And I will let you guys go. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. And I will chat with you guys later.
Bye. Have a good night, ladies.
Okay, bye. I'll talk to you later tomorrow, Emily. All right, guys. Bye.